Hi everyone! For today's video, I will be doing 2 more looks using the Serenity palette. It did restock, and so I'm sure some of you guys might have gone out and get it, so I wanted to upload 2 more looks to serve as further inspiration. I noticed the second look is kind of similar to the two-tone look that I did first, but I tried to keep them kind of different, I guess. I've been kind of stuck in a little makeup rut recently, so I am trying to branch out a little bit more. I still am having issues working with this particular purple. I'm not really so sure that this purple is really my favorite matte ever in this palette. As you can see, I find that it goes kind of patchy and it's hard to blend, and it also does not look on the eyelid like it does in the pan, and I couldn't get it to build up to be very deep. So definitely not really the favorite purple I've ever used. You can see that I'm definitely trying to build it up a lot. It's taking a lot of blending, a lot of building. I'm really just trying to go slowly and get it to cooperate with me. I know I'm not super skilled with makeup. My eyeshadow skills are definitely very average, but I still felt like I shouldn't have to work this hard to make an eyeshadow work. And then I'm just going to add this same purple to the lower lash line. Now for the fun part, the shimmers. I wanted to use both the blue and the purple shimmer. These shimmers are definitely the standard, really creamy feeling metallic that I really love from Menagerie Cosmetics. It definitely applies best with a finger, but you can also use a dense, stiff brush and it will work really well too. These 2 shades of blue and purple are so pretty, and when I put them together, it definitely creates a really beautiful gradation across my eye. This shade of blue in particular definitely gives me underwater vibes, and I really like it. I basically was able to almost make it look like I put like a multi-chrome on my eye, a blue to purple multi-chrome, but I just used 2 shadows instead of 1. I'm now just going to go ahead and mirror this on my lower lash line. Now for an inner corner highlight. This is really the only relevant inner corner highlight in this palette, and it doesn't really have too much base pigmentation on its own. It's more like it kind of will transform whatever's underneath it, but you can see still applied on my inner corner on top of nothing. It does still look quite nice. I kind of wish there was a more standard inner corner color in this palette, but I can always just use my face highlight. I know Annette has her own personal preferences, and you can definitely see them in this palette. So here's the finished look. Definitely just feels like stained glass kind of vibes, or like underwater or something like that. Really pretty. For the second look, I wanted to use the greens, and then partway through this look I realized that in my first video using this palette I definitely already used the greens. So I tried to inject a little pop of color later down the line just to keep it feeling a little bit fresh. So sorry in advance. Now this green matte was very easy to work with. You can see that I can diffuse it really easily. It builds really well and overall just looks really nice. This darker green is not quite as easy to work with. I kind of had similar issues that I had with the purple where I couldn't seem to build it up really well, and past a certain point it kind of would just get patchy. But it wasn't too bad to work with, definitely easier than the purple. Again, I might have just been having an off day with my blending. I've definitely had a rough 2 weeks, so it could just be that my skills aren't where they normally are at. Now diving into the shade Monarch. Now I was so excited to use this, but it is really crumbly and it just kind of falls apart, very flaky, and I felt like the base pigmentation was not as strong as the blue or purple shimmers. It looks really pretty still, and I still like it, but I definitely did not get what I saw in the pan on my eyelid. And especially compared to using this green shimmer here, which was so much creamier and smooth and not crumbly at all, the Monarch and the yellow metallic in this palette, both for me, have been huge letdowns. I'm just trying to tidy up the outer corner with a little bit more of the dark green. You can kind of see a couple of bald spots on my right eye. Your left, my right. But okay, now to add that pop of color so this doesn't look exactly like my previous video, I am going to be adding in a pop of pink. Now it should be noted this pink stains like crazy. Definitely stains worse than any other pink I've ever used. And then to kind of still keep it a bit more fresh, I went back in with that same icy blue color on the middle of my lower lash line, just to add a little bit of contrast. I'm not really so sure it worked out, but I mean, it looks fun, I guess. And now with some lashes. I do really like these lashes I'm using here. These are from Ardell, so those kind of rescued the look. Overall, I mean, I enjoyed this palette, but I feel like the mattes are not beginner friendly and I had a hard time working with them, and the shimmers being crumbly was a huge letdown, but other than that, I still really like it, so if you got it, I hope you enjoy yours too. Hope you enjoyed this video.